What are you doing? Hey? What are you doing? You noisy little girl. Noisy. Noisy. Oh!
Poppy! How you got over there? Hey, how you got over there? You're supposed to be going forwards, not backwards. Poppy!
Poppy? Where are you going? Poppy! Poppy! Hi guys, so I hope you are all okay. So we've come on to do a puppy update, haven't we? You say hi. Look all scrunched up like that, you're all dribbly. Yeah. Poppy is 19 weeks old. She's a very busy little girl. What are you doing? What are you doing? She's absolutely full of snot and dribble at the moment. Say hi. Say hi, yeah? Oh. And she's getting hungry, as you can tell, because she keeps going towards me. Say boo. So yeah, I don't think I've done an update for a couple of weeks on her. So I thought I'd come on and do one while I can. She's come on absolutely leaps and bounds over the last few weeks. According to the app that I use, the Wonder Weeks, the last couple of weeks, it's been quite a long leap that she's been going through, and I'm not kidding you. Sorry, I've got a bit of a runny nose, so I'm not kidding you. At times I've been a bit like, oh my god, what am I going to do? But you know, you can guarantee as soon as you start thinking that way, things kind of settle down an awful lot. I can't leave her on her own for very long. I'm like doing something. I think I said this in the other video, but if I'm out of her view, then she kind of goes a bit crazy, don't you? You got a bit of separation anxiety because you love your mummy. But it seems like she goes through these leaps, and she's whingy and grumpy, and I think, where's my happy little puppy gone? And then as soon as it kind of subsides a little bit, I realise that she's just learned so many new things, and she's just coming on so much. It's really scary. You're like 19 weeks old, she's 20 weeks on, I think that she's 20 weeks on Tuesday. She's either 20 weeks on Tuesday or 21 weeks on Tuesday. God, that's really bad. I'm losing track now. But she's, you know, like I lay her on the floor quite a lot. She's rolling around all over. I don't like to, she's got a bumbo chair, but I don't really like to sit her in it that much, to be honest with you, because I think it restricts her movement somewhat. It might help her sit up, but it definitely restricts the movements that she makes with finding feet and a body on the floor and being able to get from A to B. She's quite clever now with going for things that she wants. She knows that she can roll and shuffle backwards. She's not quite mastered shuffling forward yet, but she can shuffle backwards to get to where she wants. And if there's something that she wants, she's over there and she's got it, and it's in her mouth pretty much straight away. So I've had to try and explain to the other kids now that don't leave small things on the floor, because the chances are that this little madam will get them in her mouth. Ugh. You love to have your toys around, yeah? Yeah, she just, the way that she grasps things with her hands as well, it's like she's got so much control over her movements. She's definitely like coming through this leap now and just coming into her own, really. I've got a little nickname for her. It's Stroppy Poppy, because at the moment she does have a bit of a fiery temper. Like, she's so placid one minute, and then the next it's wah. Or as the other kids like to say, wah wah, I'm a baby. but she's getting really strong when she's sitting up as well. Like, I don't really put her in the bumbo at all, hardly, to be fair, because she arches her back and it scares me that she's going to fling herself backwards. But I'd much rather prefer her sitting there with me and dangling the toy so she lifts her head up so she straightens up a little bit. But she's getting there with it, aren't you, missus? And also another thing that she started doing is getting up on her knees as well. When she's on the floor rolling around, she kind of pushes her knees up. But you don't really know what to do after you've pushed your knees up, do you, missus? No. We don't have any signs of any teeth at the moment, but she's still going through the whole teething process. But you know what? One thing I've discovered from having all the other kids is that you can say that your baby's teething and you can expect a tooth any day, but it could take another 9 months for her to get her first tooth. Do you know? Frankie didn't get a tooth until he was, I think he was like 1. Georgie got one quite early. Bobby got one quite early too, and I think the girls got them quite early, but Frankie, it took ages and ages. What are you doing? Are you looking? We've had a few difficult nights with the feeding again this week, where she's been super fussy, completely feels like she's going on a bit of a feeding strike. But I actually sent Lee out one night while she was screaming, and I was a bit like, oh my god, she's been screaming for a couple of hours and I hate her and is so upset. But I actually sent Lee out for some formula milk. During the time that he went to get it, she went to sleep and she got into the full flows of feeding, and afterwards I was like, I can't believe, not that it's a bad thing, because it's not bad. I mean, you know, people give formula to the kids all the time. It's one of them things. But if I'd have given her that, then I would have been like disappointed in myself. So, because I know that it's just one of them things that you can get through if, you know, you have these difficult feeding moments, don't you? But you can get through it. I mean, it's not disastrous. But then it's not disastrous if you do end up giving a bit of formula milk. But you know what I'm trying to say. But you're fine, aren't you? You're being a lovely little girl. I'm starting to think about weaning now, actually, because when we're eating, she not only kicks off, I have to sit her on my knee, and she's like trying to grab my food off my plate and stuff. And a few times I've been thinking, yeah, I'll just let her grab my food and do, you know, let her do a thing with it. But I kind of want to hold off on it a little bit first. I think the breakfast will be first, and then after that we'll go on to, you know, I was going to do just primarily baby-led weaning, but I'm going to kind of do a mixture. I think I'm going to give purees. I'm going to make the homemade purees like I did with the others, and while we're eating at the same time, I'm just going to let her, you know, have her own food, really. We'll see how it goes, but I've not bought her a high chair yet because I'm not really in a great rush to be doing that, but I will be looking into getting one at some point. What are you saying? She's very vocal, if you didn't notice. Oh, go, 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 go. A bouncy, bouncy, boo. I've had lots of... Oh, heck. I've had lots of giggles off her this morning, which resulted in her getting the hiccups. So, yeah, that was a first. I mean, we've had giggles before, but this one carried on and carried on. And the poor little thing was just hiccuping away. I was just like, oh, Poppy, we love you, don't we? I can't believe that she's like... I don't know what she weighs. I'm going to get weighed on Tuesday, but I can't believe that she's getting this big and it goes so fast. Pregnancy goes so slow, but when here it goes so fast. And I've just been telling her that she's not going to be playing football like everybody else in this house. She's going to be a girly girl, aren't you? Eh? Also, another thing that she's been doing, let me move my hair out of her way, is when I cuddle her and I go, ah. See if she does it. Ah. Ah. Oh, she's not doing it now because she's getting ready for a feed. But she'll like say ah in the same kind of tone as I do. So she loves her little cuddles, don't ya? Eh? But yeah, I wanted to come on and do a Poppy update anyway, guys, and here it is. And I hope you've enjoyed the clips that I've put in first. And yeah, we're all fine. Just, you're a bit dribbly, aren't you? And a bit soggy. So yeah, I will see you all again very soon, okay?